Okay, let me say this very clearly. The $1 trillion digital economy is not coming. It's already here. And in this digital economy that we're talking about, this digital economy that all of us exist on the planet today, if I can't find you online, you don't exist. You do not exist. So this might sound very harsh, but it's very true. If you're not visible online in 2025, you don't exist. You may have degrees, you may have skills, you may have experiences, and you may even have a very powerful story, like my story. Started my career in Shell. Chevron poached me and paid almost 3 times what Shell was paying me. And then 6 years after working with Chevron, Shell came back and poached me, repoached me, and paid double what Chevron was paying me. You may have a powerful story like that, or even more powerful than that. But if Google doesn't know you, neither will the people meant to pay you. And so, if you don't exist online, the people meant to pay you don't know you. And so, you're not making money because you're still trying to operate in this digital economy the way you operated when you were born in the 60s and in the 50s. Is totally different. Okay, since this is a live coaching session, I want all of us to do an experiment right now. I don't know how you can do it if you are joining with your mobile phone. I don't know how you can do it, but if you can, I would like you to go to Google right now. Everybody go to this exercise will change your life. This very exercise. If you can't do it because you're probably using your mobile phone and you don't know how to go to Google from your mobile phone, but I think you should be able to do that. If you just go to Google Chrome. So I need you to type your full name in quotes. In quotes. Make sure you put your full name in quotes. I'm going to wait for everybody to do this exercise, and I'm going to do it as I'm talking to you. I need you to see something that will totally change your life. At the end of this session, you will see that modern wealth is measured in digital footprint. You are as wealthy as your digital footprint. And if you're still having some bit of old money that is not wired into the digital economy, it's just a matter of time. You will cease to exist. It's a matter of time. If you don't exist, if you're not visible online, you will disappear, even economically. It's very dangerous. And then mark today's day that I'm telling you this thing. This is a digital economy. And the economy is huge. It's growing every single day into eventually a $1 trillion economy by 2030. By 2027, the digital economy, the creator, just specifically the creator economy, because the digital economy is already in the trillions of dollars. But the creator economy, by 2027, is estimated to be $500 billion. Okay, so go to Google right now, type your name, but make sure you put it in quotes. Make sure you enclose it in quotes. Then come to the comment section and tell me what you find. Okay, so everybody should do this. And I'm giving you just 1 minute to do that. So I'm also going to do the same thing. So it's a live coaching session. So we are not in a hurry, but just make sure. So I'm going to type my full name, Ogbo Awoke Ogbo, in quotes, full quotes. Okay, now, if you have done it, tell me what you found on the first page. Now, before, Google will tell you how many times that your name was mentioned all over the web. But right now, because of AI, the AI algorithm, the very first page will summarize everything that Google knows about you. And I'm telling you, that summary is, if you look at what Google knows about you, you can relate that to how much wealth you are. And I'm saying, if you still have old money, it's just a matter of time when you cease to exist. Okay, so tell me, what did you find on the first page of Google, when you typed your name in quotes, make sure you enclose it in quotes. I think in Unix it's called grep, so that it's going to search the exact phrase. So if you don't put it in quotes, you will not get the right result. So I'm looking at my own here. This is incredible. So I'm seeing Search Labs AI overview. This is incredible. Ogbo Awoke Obo is the name of a business coach and financial literacy educator, also known as Business Coach Africa. Can you imagine that? He is an advisor for Stanford Seed, China Europe International Business School, and the Lagos Business School. He's also the founder of Financial Fitness Challenge. He focuses on helping people achieve consistent cash flow, wealth growth, and financial freedom. Oh my goodness, look at this. Ogbo Awokobo's background includes working at Shell and Chevron. He offers coaching sessions and shares insights on financial literacy, business strategies, and personal development. According to, then he cites Facebook page, Digital Footprint. He also has a strong presence on LinkedIn. Whoa! And he goes on and on to say a lot more things about me. And I can see that a search includes, so if you go to your images, does Google have your images? I go to images, I'm seeing literally hundreds, if not thousands of pictures with Ogbo, Awoke Ogbo. I go to videos and I see hundreds of videos. So when you typed your name in full quotes on Google, tell me, please, what did you find? How much did Google know about you? What did you find? Share your experiences with me, okay? What did you find? Yes, well done, Mabruka Bashi. You have become the money student. Thank you for signing up. Yes, good evening. Good evening, Abiola. Good evening, Ade. All right, tell me, what did you find when you typed your name on Google? What did you find? All right, so let's see a few. Okay, so most people don't use their real name, so it might be a bit dicey. No. Even if you don't use your real name, somehow, and this brings me to something I'm going to talk about later, because so many people have been coming to me asking, how do I start Faceless YouTube channel? Because Faceless YouTube channel is like the in thing. You know, what I usually discover is that once someone does something and then does well, and then comes online and says, oh, I started Faceless YouTube channel, I'm making $10,000 every week. Everybody wants to do Faceless YouTube channel. And I don't do Faceless YouTube channel. And let me say, I don't do that yet. But part of it is what you're learning tonight, my online visibility. So now, there are amazing Faceless YouTube channels. They are making money, a lot of money. Very, very true. But who are you? Who are you? Nothing wrong with Faceless. Maybe sometime I might choose to do Faceless. But coming out like this, so when you put my name in Google, you can see I'm visible virtually around the world. Somebody from Russia hears Ogbo Awoke Ogbo. People who join me from Costa Rica, from different places, they know me because of my digital. And then they search the name and they find me. So I can understand that people use different names for different accounts, but I don't do that. So if you go to Instagram, it's the same Ogbo Awoke Ogbo. You go to TikTok, the same Ogbo Awoke Ogbo. You go to LinkedIn, you go to Facebook, the same everything. My books in my name, my store, my online store, Ogbo Awoke Ogbo. So you might consider, for those of you who don't use your names, you might consider to actually do that. Okay? So Ivan says when he did this, it brought out his company name and him. Okay. Augustine says, I can't find anything right now. All right, so we're going to fix that today. Okay. The Chris says, I saw many images related to my name. Fantastic. Imomo says, just my way from my house to my office. Okay, so this is a very important eye-opener. So somebody can type eye-opener there. See, we are getting to a point that if you don't exist online, Then the people who are supposed to pay you don't know you. I get paid every day for the single reason that I have very strong online presence. And I'm not sure why people don't use their names, their real names. I don't know why people don't use their real, because actually nobody is hidden. Not today. This should be an eye-opener. You are going to be in the coming months and few years, be as wealthy, only as wealthy as your digital footprint. Very, very powerful. Okay. So now, so I want to summarize that by saying that digital visibility is not vanity. It is survival, it is access, it's leverage, it's wealth. Because I can understand that in the early days of internet and social media was filled with people posting some frivolous things, young ladies dancing. That was what social media was about. And people still have that idea of, MySpace, of early days of TikTok, and then of Facebook, where people would pay. I remember I would see posts like, a young girl takes a selfie on her face, and then she takes her backside. I literally saw that. She takes her backside, then she takes another one, and then she would title it, the caption would be, me, myself, and I. All those days. So people still have that idea that this is what digital is. No, digital has left that place since. So right now, everyone who is, even the billionaires, you find them more online. You look at the billionaires of this world, the digital footprints are very, very high. So it's not vanity, it is survival, it is access, it is leverage, it is wealth. So please type it in the comment section. Online visibility is leverage. Please type it, everybody. Online visibility is leverage. It is leverage. Especially when you are known online for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. Because some people are known for the wrong reasons. And it's very, very difficult when you get online and you are known for the wrong reasons. And I've also encouraged our young girls who have this habit of just posting all kinds of things on their body and all kinds of things. Even boys, you post, stupid jokes, you post dirty jokes and things like that. And then you make comments anyhow. All those comments, they don't disappear. All the comments you make on that post, they do not disappear. Did you know? And they won't tell you this. Did you know that before you get to the embassy these days, to any embassy these days, and I don't want to mention the particular embassy, before you go, they already know everything about you. They already know the conversations you had with your brother in America when you say, I'm just trying to, if they can only give me tourist visa, when I come to America, I will disappear. So you were typing all those things, maybe by email or by chat, or you made comments. Somebody made a comment, somebody made a post on immigration on Facebook, and then you typed there, and you said, under that comment, you said, well, if I reach there, I will not come back. It's a comment you made on that post. Guy, they have it. So before you go, they already know this one is not coming back. We're not going to give him a visa. So you can't even hide. So you might as well just come out, and put your best foot forward. Is this helping somebody? Is this making sense? That makes sense. If you're getting it. There have been situations where you want to go study in America, in the UK, in Canada. Meanwhile, you posted some things like 3 years ago. You posted some things on Twitter. And then you go for your student visa interview. These people know you. They know. They say, no, these are not the kind of people that we want in this country. And they deny you. And they will not tell you. And you will not know why. So don't let online visibility be negative. Let your online visibility, positive online visibility, let it be your leverage. Let it be your access. Let it be wealth. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so let me tell you the truth that most people who are 40 and above don't want to hear. Because I am called specifically for people 40 years and above. Perhaps I can lower it a little bit to 35 years and above. It doesn't mean that if you're in your 20s, you can benefit from what I'm talking about. But I'm particularly focused on this demographic because I also fall there for certain reasons. One, we didn't have, many of us in our 40s, 50s, and 60s did not have financial literacy in the first 40 years of our lives. We didn't have very good relationship with money. And that is what we are suffering in our second half. And because we are still doing things the way we used to do them, like what I'm talking about today. Many of you in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you are not visible online. You still think it is something for the old, for the young people. No, that's a big mistake. That's the new economy. And so I'm focusing on this demographic because we missed opportunities. And I don't want us to miss opportunities in the later half of our lives. Secondly, because this is actually the best time to be alive. Your 40s and 50s and 60s. But they lied to you. They told you that, oh, you know, when you are 60, just retire. You're no longer useful. But that is when you are most useful. And your 50s and 60s are actually when you can make the most money. I have made more money in my 50s than all my life put together, including money I made in Shell and Chevron. I've made more money in my 50s than all those years put together. So who tells you that your earnings should decrease because you're 60? No, no. I'm going to be 60. I'm going to be 60 in a few months, 2nd December. And look at me, AI, YouTube, algorithm. I'm there. I'm in this new economy. And it is rewarding me very, very handsomely, like every single day. There's something earned every single day. So I'm passionate because I'm passionate for this group, 40s to 65 and even 70s, because I can see your potential. And many of you have allowed the system to lie to you, to tell you that, oh, you are not tech savvy, you are old, you should give chance to the young. Who told you you are old, even at 65? You know, I was talking to a 68-year-old man a few years ago who had lost hope, totally lost hope. And I was encouraging him. I said, no, 68, you are still young. And then I so spoke with him that the man broke, a full-grown man broke down and started crying. And he left my house saying he now believed and that he was going to make his 70s, late 60s and 70s, the best of his life. I remember telling him that day, you are 68 and you are calling yourself old. Huh. Methuselah, if you stand before Methuselah, Methuselah will call you toddler. He will call you toddler. Methuselah will be, look at this man, 68, said this. Does he know what age is? Methuselah. How many of you know Methuselah? Type his age if you know Methuselah. Type how old he was. And then you're only 70 and we can't hear a word. You're calling yourself grandpa. Grandpa, what? 70, you're still a youth. And you have to look at yourself that way. So that's why I'm focusing on this demographic. You can do it. You can do it. And the world needs you. You've developed so much wisdom, so much skills. The world needs you. Don't let anybody lie to you and say and tell you that you are old, you are retired. Why don't you just go and stay somewhere in the village and relax? Don't do that. Don't say that. That's not true. Okay. So truth number one, your LinkedIn profile is more powerful than your CV. Your LinkedIn profile is more powerful than your CV. Who cares about CVs these days? Some people still call me, Obo, should I send you my CV? I'm looking for it. Who cares about your CV? Your LinkedIn profile. And your YouTube channel is more trusted than your degree. Nobody was there when you were getting your degree. Nobody knows whether you cheated to get that degree. Nobody knows whether you were serious. Nobody cares about your degree. But every day they see you on your YouTube channel. And people trust your YouTube. They don't even care. How many of you know what my degree is on? Be practical. How many of you know? I know I mentioned it. I've mentioned it in some of the live sessions. But if I didn't mention it, how many of you actually know what I studied? But you watch me. You watch me every day. And then you are being changed, you're being helped, you're being transformed, you're being encouraged, you're being educated, you know, to in your financial journey. I'm encouraging you like every day. But you don't know. You didn't ask what degree. What's my first degree? What's my second degree? I don't even remember my degrees myself. So your YouTube degree, sorry, YouTube channel, your YouTube channel is more trusted than your degree. And do you know how many clients? Do you know how many clients, companies come to me? Oh, we saw your video. We would like you to come and do this for my company. They didn't ask me my degree. But they watch my video on YouTube and say, oh, this man can help us. Please, can you come help us to structure our company, to structure our organization? Can you lead our company executive retreat? It's not from my CV. And so I hope you're seeing how your digital footprint, how the online economy works. If I'm not present, if they don't see me here, how will they know to come and engage with me? So if you are 40 and above, you were raised in the era of work hard, stay humble, and let your results speak. Okay, I hope you can still hear me, because one of the things that happened in Nigeria has just happened. And then electricity has gone, and then my internet works with electricity. So let me know if you can still hear me. All right, so if you can still hear me, just do thumbs up. I will continue until I see thumbs up. Okay, so, but this is new economy. This new economy doesn't reward invisible greatness. Oh, thank you, Damieta. Oh, excellent, Ade. Thank you. I'm glad you can still hear me. Yeah, okay. So this new economy doesn't reward invisible greatness. You know, so many of you are great, but you're invisible. This new economy rewards visible consistency. So anytime invisible consistency confronts, anytime invisible greatness confronts visible consistency will win. Anytime, any day. That's why you find little boys making insane amounts of money that their parents, that all their forefathers and foremothers put together never made. And you see a little boy making that money online in one day, legitimately. Legitimately. I think there's one they call Pella in Nigeria. Tiny little boy. I don't even think he's up to 20 years old. And I hear that the guy is terribly rich. And then there is one online pastor who leads prayers. And I heard that last year he made something to the tune of maybe $5 million, $4 million, $6 million. Online. Online. He wasn't even selling anything online, just the online views from what he does every single day. So this new economy doesn't reward invisible greatness. It rewards visible consistency. And actually, there's a disturbing part to all this. Because according to a report by the World Economic Forum, 90% of future jobs and income flows will require digital presence, skills, or influence. Even right now, if you apply for a job or for consulting, the first thing people will do is look you up online. It didn't just start today. Did you realize that? You're a consultant, you're a coach or something, or you're applying for a job. The first thing people will do is look you up online. That's what they do. So, we're not even talking about what's coming in the future. It's already here. Pew Research also found out that 28% of people over 50 only 28% of people over 50 actively build a digital footprint beyond Facebook. Only 28% of you actively build a digital footprint beyond Facebook. So we still have a massive 72% of us, of my age group, my audience, 70-something% of you are not actively building online presence. So that's not just a digital gap, it is a wealth gap in the making. You know, before, we used to measure the haves and the have-nots according to how much money, how much physical money that they had, disposable income. So you have the haves and the have-nots. But within the next 3 to 5 years, it's not going to be haves and have-nots. It's going to be, the wealth gap is going to be between those who are visible online and those. Okay, Ivan says he can hear me. All right. Yeah, the network is disconnected. Okay. All right, let me know if you are back. I have changed the network. So I think what happened was when power came back, when power was restored, it cut off and automatically joined my Starlink network. So I can see that many people were thrown off. Okay, it's okay now. You can hear me. Excellent. Okay, excellent. Okay. So now, why is it that many people in this demographic, 35 and above, and especially people in their 50s and above, why is it that they are hiding online? There are some psychological barriers keeping people over 40, over 50, over 60 hiding online. What I want to do right now is to break all of them, because after this, I'm going to give you a 3-step solution that will immediately increase your online visibility so that you can start participating in digital marketing wealth. Digital marketing. Digital marketing is a skill I will encourage everyone 40 and above to not leave to teenagers and the people in their 20s. It's also for you. Okay, so let's go deeper about the barriers keeping you hidden online. So the problem isn't just tools. People talking about tools. It's more like trauma and it's more like shame. So these are the 3 invisible enemies, killing your online visibility. Some of you are there, but you're limited online. Enemy number 1 is perfection analysis. That's what I would call perfection analysis. You always tell yourself, I'm not ready. It's not perfect yet. But perfection is actually a poverty strategy. You know, that perfection mindset almost kept me from doing what I'm doing today. You see, what I'm doing today started with a challenge I joined. I don't know how many of you know Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson was running this 1 offer away challenge or something. So I enrolled and paid for that program. And then in that program, this guy gave us a challenge. He said, I am daring all of you listening to me. If you post once every day, and at that time he said, you can take any mode that you're comfortable with. You can write, okay, if you're comfortable writing. And those were the days that blogs are still popular. It's just that AI has taken over everything now. So if you can post in a blog a day, make a blog post. Or he said, if you can come on video and post every day, I think there's one more thing. But basically said, if you post consistently every day for 365 days, he said that your income, your revenue will multiply at least 3 times. I took up that challenge. And I started, I went for video. I went straight for video. Because at that time, every prediction, every research was saying that video was the future, which is what we have come to find out today. Because right now, I don't know how many billions of hours of YouTube videos are posted. Somebody can check it out. Because there was a report that came out, either from Google or for someone recently, that like every day or like every 1 hour, that 1 billion hours of video are posted on YouTube. And then the report that came out recently said that YouTube has overtaken television, overtaken Netflix, overtaken every other way that people consume video by an order of magnitude. So I decided, okay, let me start doing video. You need to see my first videos. Extremely awkward. And then I was so perfectionist that sometimes I would do 5, 6, 7, 8 takes to post a 2-minute video or a 3-minute video. I would take the first one. I didn't like the way my nose appeared in this one. I would delete. I would take another one. It looks like I was touching my nose too much. I would delete that one. Then I would do another one, and I would say, instead of saying healthy, maybe I said healthy instead of healthy. I'll cancel that one. Up to 8 times. Until I said to myself, oh, Bo, if you continue like this, you will never get it done. You know what? The next one I made, I just posted it like that. And to my surprise, the reactions were incredible. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, what? This thing I wanted to delete, I just decided to post it. And since that time, in fact, when I started, I will make some videos 8 times. But now, I literally hold a video. I'm jogging or I'm driving and I park and an idea comes. And I literally hold my video like this. Press record, talk to it, press end, and send. No editing, nothing. And then back to the challenge that Russell Brunson gave us. I tried it for 1 year, for 365 days. After that, number one, I became so used to it that there's no going back. I have literally produced thousands and thousands of videos since that time. And then I merged it with my habit of working out every morning. So every morning as I'm working out, there's always an idea to share with people. I've made tons of videos. And indeed, after 1 year, I noticed a significant, like 3 times in my income that year. So you can literally, there's another video I'm making. The title is Post and Grow Rich. And I'm going to show you how some of you can, through content economy, creating content, you can post yourself out of that your job, that your 9-to-5 job that is driving you nuts. You can post yourself out of 9 to 5. You can create content. You focus, that video, I will give you specifics, what to do on a daily basis, and how to keep yourself going, how to follow the plan and not your mood, even when you feel like quitting. So that enemy number one that keeps people from growing their presence online is perfection paralysis, okay? So people say, I'm not ready, it's not perfect yet. So make this note. Perfect is the enemy of visible. Visible is the doorway to profitable. You need to know that. Perfect is the enemy of visible. So you can't have perfect and have visible at the same time. Okay, so the invisible enemy number 2, you can write it down if you're listening. Imposter syndrome. If you've ever had imposter syndrome, just type, that's me, because it's happened to me. It happens to me. And this thing about imposter syndrome is that it doesn't stop. The higher you go, and the more you operate at a higher level, the way the same imposter syndrome comes to you. And that imposter syndrome is like, you are not enough. It's like, who are you to be the one doing this? Imposter says, who am I to teach? Who am I to post? Who am I to start a YouTube channel? There are 8 billion people in the world. That's what imposter syndrome. And I remember the very first time, many years ago, I was invited to teach an MBA class at the Lagos Business School. Oh, my goodness. Imposter syndrome is mean, but you need to know how to deal with it. Many years ago. And I joined the class just before, a couple of minutes before it was my class. When I got there, and I saw all these big people, bankers, general managers, CEOs, big people who came for the class, executives. I looked at their coats, their suit, what they were wearing. And then, even though I was good, you know, my suit was very good. And I'm naturally a very handsome man, like many of you have confirmed, and many of you also let me know that I'm very good looking. So I was good looking, had a good suit. But the imposter syndrome kicked in. Look at these guys, bankers with 30 years experience. These guys, you know, CEOs. And then imposter syndrome was saying, and you think you are going to stand there and teach these people? Look at your coat. Look at your suit. And you think you're going to stand there and teach these people? This is a serious place. And then imposter syndrome was hitting me hard. He said, look at you. You don't even have MBA, and you are coming here to come and teach MBA. Who are you to come and teach MBA class when you don't have an MBA? Very mean. Very mean. So at that stage, I realized, because I've been there before, and I know how to deal with that imposter syndrome. I now quietly left the classroom. And then if you've attended Lagos Business School, or you've been my student at LBS, you'll probably recognize what I'm saying. So I went to the bathroom, and then I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, hey, listen, Obo, you go there and deliver. You know you are a value guy. You know you have a lot. You are the best person that can teach this at this time. If you are not the best person to teach this class at this particular time, you would never have been here. So the universe knew that you are the best person to deliver value to these people, to help them, so that by the time they are walking out of that class, they would have gotten immense value. You are the guy to do this. Hey, come on. You know, come on, go deliver. Go deliver. You are the guy. So I spoke to myself in the mirror, in the bathroom, and I went there. That was the first time, many years ago, and the rest is history. So today, I still adjunct at the Lagos Business School. I teach China Europe International Business School. So I'm just telling you that imposter syndrome is just there. It is, what's the word I would use? It's just a virtual mental construct. It's not real. So when imposter syndrome comes, deal with it. Speak to it directly. So who are you not to have a YouTube channel? The people who have it, do they have two heads? So address your imposter syndrome directly, okay? And then remember, you've survived, you've succeeded, you've stumbled, you've risen. So you have more earned wisdom than many 25-year-olds with 5 million followers. The third invisible enemy is what I would refer to as tech trauma. Okay, tech trauma. So this one, you say, oh, I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy, you know. I'm a 65-year-old. And then you've told yourself that. And because of it, even to open ordinary email, you'll be calling your 12-year-old or 10-year-old grandson. Junior, come and help me open this email. How do they do it? And then you're giving him your phone. And then when it's time to join Zoom, you click a button. And then they are telling you, okay, we need to see your face because you are talking. Oh, we can't see you. Or they say, oh, you are muted. You are talking to them, but you are muted. And they are shouting, oh, we can't hear you, we can't hear you. Unmute yourself for 5-10 minutes. You can't unmute yourself. And then you have to leave, maybe go to a neighbor if somebody is not there, or call somebody. Please show me, how do they unmute? What do they mean by unmute yourself? And you're 65 because you've told yourself you're not tech savvy. And so that's why you're behaving like that. But the day you stand up and say, oh, no, I'm good to go, you will surprise yourself, okay? So visibility today doesn't even require coding. It just requires courage. A smartphone and your voice are enough to start. You don't need to code. You don't need computer. You don't even need to, you just need to do basic things. You just need to, and the apps will do everything, for you. So what was once a stage for the elite is now a screen for the brave. You need courage. You need courage to learn, to unlearn, and to learn new things. Okay, so now let me touch on why digital footprint is the modern wealth. And then after that, I will give you a 3-step solution how you are going to implement this. Victoria said you are really handsome even at 60. Thank you. Thank you for saying the truth. I appreciate that. Okay, so it's not just how much money you have, but how easy it is for others to discover your value without you pitching. That's the goal. How discoverable are you? You see, if you have 2 or 3 devices in the room and then they are trying to connect by Bluetooth, there's something called discoverability. So if they're somebody in the room is trying to send files or send some information via Bluetooth to the phones of all of you in the room, your phone you must have discoverability turned on before you can connect. If they can't discover your device, you can't connect. It's exactly the same thing with being online, your discoverability online. So if you solve a problem and no one can find you, you don't get paid. If you're the best guidance and counselor, if you're the best counselor for teenagers, if you're the best authority in the country for helping teenagers come out of drugs, and they don't know you can't get paid. And I can tell you, there are so many parents looking for someone to help their teenagers come out of drugs. There was a time I was overwhelmed with such requests, and that was many years ago. It's such a big problem. Big people who can pay millions. These people are billionaires, but their children are in drugs. I was invited by one of those big names. So you see all these big people on the surface, in the pages of newspaper, on television. You are envying them, but the problems that these people are carrying, you won't exchange. They will gladly exchange your poverty for the problems that they are carrying. But you don't know, because many of you just come online and then you see all these flashes and you think, oh, they are wealthy and they are happy. So if you can help teens come out of drugs, if you can counsel them, and you are not discoverable online, then you don't get paid. In the digital age, obscurity is more dangerous than incompetence. Obscurity is more dangerous than incompetence, because if you are obscure, nobody cares. Nobody even knows about your competence. All right, so let me give you finally the 3-step digital footprint builder. Digital footprint builder. You need to increase your digital footprint. So this is a system that anyone, even if you're 63, 67, 55, non-techie or camera shy, you can start today, this night, as soon as I finish. Step number 1, claim your platform. Claim your platform. So pick one platform and lock in your name. It could be LinkedIn, it could be even Medium, it could be YouTube, it could be Substack, it could be TikTok. Just pick one, but I am strongly recommending YouTube because of your skills and then the wisdom you've gathered. YouTube is such a fantastic platform. I'm in all of them, and I can tell you. And the amazing thing is, when you create something once on YouTube, it's there forever. There was a time Facebook sent a message to all creators, okay, all your live videos, that we'll start deleting them. And so the videos I had worked hard on, because I actually started this live on Facebook. This live on YouTube, I don't think it's more than 3 months old or something. But I've been doing it since August last year on Facebook, only for them to wake up one day and say, we're going to delete all your live videos. That's a terrible thing, terrible platform. And I decided, okay, let me come do it on YouTube. YouTube is very rewarding. The content that you made 5 years ago can just wake up today and start giving you money. It's amazing. And it remains there, even generations after. There are many creators who died 5 years ago, 7 years ago, but their channel is still there, being viewed, making money. There's Miles Monroe, who died almost 10 years ago. But you go online, you see his materials, new ones every day. And it looks like many people don't even know that the man is dead. So that I would encourage you to choose YouTube. And again, because most things you do on YouTube, if you actually master YouTube, it becomes very easy to master any other platform. Okay, so choose one platform. If you search your full name and profession and nothing shows up, that's one step. Fix it. Okay. Then you can start with something, a very simple construct format. Your name helps people, in quotes, in other words, you feel that solve this problem in your bio. So in your bio, something like, I help people 40 years and above to build systems for their wealth and financial peace. So something like that, you can create something like that for your bio. Step number 2, post one solution weekly. I would even say daily if you can. Post one solution weekly. Let your voice start growing in the platform. Let people know you for one thing. What I usually do for my private clients, I ask them, what is it that you're so good at and so passionate about that if I get into your country and I say, give me the top 10 names in your country, maybe your country is St. Kitts and Nevis, or maybe your country is Jamaica, maybe your country is Zimbabwe, or Ethiopia, or Somalia. Give me the top 5 names. Who are, then whatever your passion is. Okay, maybe the top 10 pediatricians in the UK. Do you know why that's a very important, why that's a very powerful exercise? Because in every profession, in every industry, the top 10% always make 90% of the volume of money in that industry. And then the remaining 90% share the remaining 10%. So it's always good to be top. Let your voice be heard in your area. So post weekly, make it consistent. If you can do daily, that is even far better. If you can do twice or 3 times, but if you're on YouTube, maybe twice for a start might be very good. So post one solution weekly. Something like, here is how I helped my teenage daughter manage screen time using a simple kitchen timer. Very, very simple like that. It's one solution depending on your niche. And then step number 3, track your visibility score. Track your online visibility score. It's important. And one reason to even track your online visibility is that many times, especially if you're a brand, there are things going on that you might not know. A newspaper might just, publish one malicious something about you and you don't know because you're not tracking your visibility. Because this very thing happened to me. So one newspaper called The Sun, let me mention them because I was terribly disappointed. They have been trying to get my attention to interview me for months. I didn't have the time. Then at some point, I now gave them an appointment. And so they came to my office in Lagos at that time. And then we had such a beautiful interview. And the interview was headed in a particular direction about actually helping people to grow, helping businesses to grow, strategy and things like that. Do you know that these people finished this interview? And then the next day, full newspaper. And then the heading, I can't even remember the heading. But one stupid heading like that. I think it probably has something to do with women. And then the first thing, they now started talking about how I will be sitting money from my farm or something I just mentioned to them in passing. It was like even after the interview or something like that. Mentioned something about a farm project I was doing at the time. They reported nothing about the main theme of the interview. And it was online all over the place. And that's what people were reading. So you actually need to track your online visibility. Okay, so, and this is how you stay accountable. So each week you ask yourself, did I show up online this week? Did I share one piece of value? Can someone Google me and know what I do? So track it that way. And then you can use a weekly digital footprint tracker. I'm going to include it. I'm going to include one in the Telegram wait list. And if you haven't joined the Financial Fitness Challenge, immediately after this, go to the description of this video. You are going to see a link to join the Financial Fitness Challenge waitlist. And then in that waitlist, I'm going to publish a weekly digital footprint tracker that you can actually use to implement the things that we're talking about. So the consequence of staying invisible, let me be blunt. I've said it before, the digital economy will not wait for your comfort. It will move with or without you. That is the truth. This digital economy is a moving flood. It's going to move with or without you. So the future will be ruled by those who show up digitally, not just physically, because showing up physically is no longer going to be enough. When last, today, even as we're talking now, Zoom meetings are going on, connecting people all over the world, all over the continents, in Zoom meetings. I signed up for a coaching program now. I signed up for a coaching program that's actually ongoing right now. And in that coaching program, there are over 1,000 people from different countries. People from Africa, United States, Belgium, Australia, Japan, everywhere. Can you imagine, like in those days, before you can have that, be a part of that kind of event, you had to fly. You had to fly to New York or fly to Houston to be part of that. I remember how many times I flew to Houston or flew to New York for there was an event, 2007, the Forex Expo. And then several summits like the one that Vic Johnston did in Los Angeles. And then invited Bob Proctor, the late Bob Proctor. And that was the first time I met Bob Proctor face-to-face in one room. I had to fly all the way to Los Angeles to do that. But guess what? Today, those meetings happen over Zoom. So if you're waiting to just show up physically, and there's so many things. In fact, that's even far. AGMs now, for the companies I invested in, AGMs, before, you have to go to maybe a hotel or somewhere, travel to Abuja or something for AGM. When last did you travel for AGM? Because today, all of them, they send an email and said AGM is so whatever. This is the link to join. And so shareholders are attending. They don't have to be physically present. So I'm telling you, this old economy is gradually being pulled from under you. And so you had better wake up because it will leave you behind. So every time you postpone building your digital voice, you are handing power and money to someone else. Okay, so the solution is not to become an influencer. That's not what we're talking about. The solution is to become discoverable, become visible, become valuable, become viable in the new economy. I just mentioned 3 V's. Okay, visible, valuable, and viable. It's not about being an influencer. I'm not an influencer, and I don't care. I'm not going after being an influencer, but I really want to be valuable to people 35 years and above. I really want to be very, very valuable, measurable. Like I say, one of my dreams is that everywhere I travel in the world, I'll meet you. I'll meet somebody who's been in this session, who can come hug me and say, thank you, Obo. Thank you. I followed those sessions, and I've gotten a new lease on life. I'm now 65. If I didn't listen to you, I'll be poor today. But I'm actually richer at 65 because I listened to you. That's the result that I am looking for. So your voice matters and your story matters. And the world, especially the digital world, needs to hear it. So this is where we are going to draw the curtain. But before then, let me read a few aha moments and then of your comments. and then we can call it a day. So write your aha moments, please. What was your aha moment? Type it directly. And if you're in the Financial Fitness Challenge group, wait list, type your aha moment in the Telegram group. Type it, just make sure you do that. I read all of them. And while you type your aha moments, you can find the weekly digital footprint builder in the Financial Fitness Challenge wait list. And like I said, if you go to the description of this video, you will see the link to join that Telegram wait list so that when it is time for the next Financial Fitness Challenge, you will get the information on how to enroll. So the $1 trillion digital economy is exploding, but if you are not online, you don't exist. And then during the Financial Fitness Challenge, I will show you directly how to be online. Okay, aha moments. The future will be ruled by those who showed up online, not physically. Yep, says Nelson. First says the same thing. Nelson says, become visible, viable, and valuable. Awesome. Olaido says, be digitally visible and a problem solver. Absolutely. First says, online visibility is leverage. Marco Faye says, your YouTube channel is more trusted than your degree. Okay, Lisa says, how do I join? It looks like you have many groups. There's only one group to join, and it is in the description of this video. So if you look for it, you will actually find it, Lisa. Miriam says, be visible, valuable, and viable. And that's a very perfect place to cadence tonight with Miriam's last word. Be visible, be valuable, and be viable. And then the money will find you. Whatever happens, ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful weekend and keep showing up because you never know what's coming your way next. And I'll see you on Monday. Good night. Love you.